Interface Video, in cooperation with Fairfield Federal, presents Fairfield Today. Brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, Fair Hope Hospice and Palliative Care, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield County Adam H., Dagger Law, and the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities.
Hello friends, welcome to Fairfield Today. Paul Jackson with you, and as we begin taping today, it's another fabulous day here in downtown Lancaster. Beautiful fall-ish time of the year, so we're glad you're with us. We got a couple of important segments we think on the show today. The second half, we'll talk about the always fabulous Fairfield County Fair, but we'll begin by talking about what's come to happen now for 20 years, and against a time of anniversaries. 20 years ago, the very first Corvette Show was here in Lancaster. It's come a long way. We'll talk about where we are today with that, but we've always got the guy to talk about that, kind of the chief cook and bottle washer of the Ohio Corvette Alliance, Dan Singer. Dan, welcome.
Thank you, and it's great to be here.
Yeah, I hope it is. We always get to talk about this. It's one of the coolest weekends, even though it's just on a Sunday, but it's one of the coolest weekends to be around here. You always think about that shot from the top of the hill shooting down all the way, and nothing but Corvettes lined up on either side. It's kind of a magic time.
It really is a magic time for us, and as the year progresses, we get more and more excited, and we're pretty much wound and ready to go. And the nice thing also, as well as having a show on Sunday, we do a Saturday road tour.
Let's talk about that a little bit. So we'll talk about the show. We've got that coming up on Sunday, September 7th, I believe. But September 6th, you have a lot going on that night.
Oh, yes. Actually, what we do is anybody that comes in town early, we feed lunch to anybody that shows up at Hugh White Chevrolet, which is our sponsor. And we give them lunch, and then we do a road tour. And we are going to a person's home that actually is an avid Corvette collector. He has 45 Corvettes. And so we're really excited about going there. And we will have lunch from 11:30 to 12:30, and then we'll roll out to go to his home. He's up by Canal Winchester, so naturally we pass the mill, and there's just a lot of other things that we get to see on the way there. And we visit his place, and then we actually come back, and everyone can go to their respective hotel or wherever they're staying. And then at 5 o'clock we have a board meeting, and at 6 o'clock we have a wine and cheese reception where it's just a good time for everybody to meet and talk.
Well, it's nice you put on kind of a weekend, so you not only can come in for the Sunday show, and if you come in early, you've got this going on. So it's really a nice weekend to kind of show your appreciation to all the folks.
We really like that because it gives everybody a chance to talk and visit, and then when they go to their respective wherever they live, whatever state, or if it's not here, then they can still communicate with each other. And we can go there, they can come here and do things like that.
So it's a Corvette gathering. It's the 20th annual show, September 7th, right here, downtown Lancaster. Free event, obviously.
Yes.
That. And one thing I noticed that you put on there, and we want to mention, this is Ohio's largest all Corvette show. That's a pretty big statement right there.
That's correct, and we're excited about that. And we have 7 clubs that actually help pull all this together. And so the furthest clubs away, we have one in Blennerhassett, which is in West Virginia, and then furthest north is Cleveland, and the rest of the clubs are here pretty much in central Ohio. But we have people coming in from Michigan and actually across the Mississippi, and we've had Alabama and Louisiana, and so over to the East Coast.
Registration's $20, and you won't know for a while yet. September 7th is a show, but as a rule, how many cars do you think?
We typically average between 350 and 500, depending on the weather.
And so in terms of lining them up, where does that take us?
Takes us from High Street to Memorial Drive, and then takes Broad Street to Wheeling, and down to Chestnut, and then it takes Columbus Street from Wheeling to Chestnut.
So pretty much everything that's for just like the Lancaster Festival recently, that's all blocked up for say the Art Walk or any of the things, it's the entire downtown.
That's correct. And the nice thing about that is that we have the restaurants open for the most part, the Ohio Glass Museum's open, and so there's a lot of things to do, and many of the shows don't have the background events, and then when the wives or partners or children come with them, they have nothing to do. But here, there's plenty to do, and that's what we're really excited about.
Well, you can always check this out. You got a good website, corvettesoflancaster.com. And Shane will put that up so you can look at that. But again, I know you've got a lot of people, the Hampton Inn, Hugh White, you got a lot of people that, as you mentioned, it takes a village. Certainly it takes Destination Downtown here, everybody working on the same page. But you've done this for a while, so everybody kind of knows the drill. And as long as it's a day like this, you can expect a crowd.
Yes, and we're really excited about that. We're hoping that it'll be in this 70 to 80 range, temperature-wise, and not 90 or not raining.
It could be September, you have a chance.
Yes, and so we think that we put the order in. We'll just see how it goes.
And it's always exciting. Why do you think that I don't know if they have a term. Maybe they talk about Corvette as the great American sports car. I don't know if there's a term for that or not. You would know that. But why do you think that this love and feeling for Corvettes exist out there? Because there really is a sentiment. When you talk about cars are cars. A lot are better, some are better than others. But when you talk about Corvettes, it's a unique name.
It really is. And Corvette, that actual name, came from a British ship. And that's where that name actually came from. And the bow tie that you see on all the Chevrolet cars, that actually originated from a gathering or a meeting, an executive meeting one night, and they were trying to come up with some emblem, and they were wearing bow ties. And so that's where that was picked up from.
I can remember it's been termed that. Jim Heston, my friend who had Heston cars down here many years ago, he used that term, and I'd never heard that. Yeah. But Jim was a car guy, so he understood that.
And if you look at the Chevrolet emblem that you see, that's the bow tie.
Yeah. It's just remarkable. Now, where is the museum? Is that in Kentucky?
Yes, it's Bowling Green,
Bowling
Kentucky.
Green?
Yes.
And how many times have you been there?
I've been there a lot of times, actually. And I've been to the factory, too, a few times.
Is that right?
Yes.
So you can probably watch the cars get birth dates and stomped out.
You can, and what you can do is you can actually watch your car being built from the beginning to the end. And so it makes it really nice, and they're really very cordial, and you can actually get a museum delivery of your car, and you can go down there and get all the paperwork on it and bring it back from there.
Have a thing, give your birth date and everything about it.
Yes, sir.
We're getting close here. Now, I don't know if it still is, but when I was a kid growing up, around the fall, the exciting things were around September, school started.
Yes.
I had a birthday around that time of the year. TV shows all were starting. The new seasons always started in September, and the new cars all came out. Now, not so much anymore. There's probably not one time of the year.
Not so much anymore.
Yeah.
But what's happening is that Corvettes have a Z06, which is a high performance car, and they have just come out with what they call a ZR1. It's almost 1,100 horsepower, and they're going to come out with another car that's going to have more amenities than that, and the name is Zora. Zora Duntov did a lot for Corvettes, and so they're calling it the Zora version of the car.
So it's obvious that Corvette just doesn't sit back and say, we're the big dog, we've got the coolest bodies, and let it rest at that. They keep coming up with new innovations, new iterations, things to keep it fresh every year. There's something they have going on.
They really do. And one of our friends, Lloyd Helber, is going to have his car here, and it's called an E-Ray, and it actually has 2 motors in it. The first one is an electric motor, 140 horsepower, and then the other one is actually a V8 gasoline motor. And that car is extremely fast.
You know, and I think his license plate actually may be E-Ray.
I believe so.
I think I've seen that when Lloyd puts it out there. So Lloyd's car will be there. But again, how many other cars too, you think?
We're as far as E-Rays, you mean?
Well, just in general.
In general, we're hoping for the 500 cars.
500 cars up and down Main Street, Broad Street, Columbus. It's just a fabulous time. Where can people get more information? Is it corvettesoflancaster.com?
Yes. Or they can call me, or there's, on our flyer, there's about 6 different names depending on where they're at geographically.
That's right. And you know, Shane will put that up there and we'll see all that. But it's September 7th, coming up pretty quick here. Exciting time. Ohio's largest all Corvette show will be right here downtown. As we look out here where I'm looking right now on Main Street, that's where it'll be. The Ohio Corvette Club Alliance, of which you're the kind of the main guy that gets all this going every year and kind of gets it all going. And every year, I'm sure you kind of get tingly as you get this time of the year. It's quite a performance you put on.
And it's a big. The help comes from the city, the Lancaster Department of Transportation, that whole group. I mean, they come in here at 5:30 in the morning for us. Okay, and they're here to help us tear it down. The mayor, Dave Smith, was instrumental in getting the show here, and so our current mayor, McDaniels, Don McDaniels, has just been a great help too. So it's just everybody pulling together makes the thing happen.
Well, they say it takes a village, and in this time it takes a city.
It does.
It takes a city to get it done. It's the Corvette Gathering number 20, September 7th, right here. Information's on the flyer that we're putting on out there. So best of luck. Hope for a beautiful day like that. Otherwise, I think you've got it all under control. Dan Singer.
We're trying. Thank you very much.
Dan Singer, Corvette's Gathering number 20. We'll be back in just a moment.
If you've been thinking about getting a home loan, now is the time. Hi, this is Carrie James from Fairfield Federal. Our experienced lenders are here to help you make your vision a reality. For more than 125 years, we've been helping our community achieve homeownership. Fairfield Federal has convenient online application for your home loan, home equity loan, and home equity line of credit needs. Visit fairfieldfederal.com to get started. Fairfield Federal for checking, savings, and home loans. Data charges may apply, subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 402612.
Fairfield Medical Center is more than a hospital. We're a health system that's been putting people first for more than a century. From the youngest patients to the eldest, our compassionate team of caregivers are here to support you through every season of life. We are healers, cheerleaders, patient advocates, and champions. Your health is our greatest accomplishment, and we are proud to serve you. Whatever you're searching for, you can find it at Fairfield Medical Center.
Did you know Fairfield DD provides coordination for over 1,200 people in Fairfield County? That's 1,200 unique journeys, each filled with talents, dreams, and challenges. And while no two paths are the same, one thing is true for everyone. Life is easier when you have the right support. That's why we're here. From early childhood milestones to school transitions, employment, and adulthood, Fairfield DD connects individuals and families with the resources they need every step of the way. When the right support is available, a vibrant community where people lead lives of greater independence and make meaningful contributions becomes possible. Learn more at fairfielddd.com and check us out on social media. Together, we're building a more inclusive Fairfield County.
The Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our 2 locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster and 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
What makes Fairhope what it is our staff. It's always a question that we ask, why do you want to be here with us? And what they most always say is, "You've touched my life this way. You know, you took care of this person, or I've seen what you've done and I want to do that." And so the staff that have been here know what it takes. They've been on the other side. They see what it takes to make someone comfortable, to make the family comfortable, and really what kind of support they need. And so I think that's what really makes Fairhope what it is.
Welcome back to Fairfield Today. We want to thank Dan Singer coming on, and it seems to be an entire show of anniversaries. We have the Corvette Gathering having their 20th annual show, and I was thinking about Fairfield Federal here. They're celebrating since 1895. They're having their 130th anniversary show, which is, or not anniversary, but the 130th anniversary of Fairfield Federal. Pretty cool, very cool. But when you think about dates, we can top that with our next guest and the things that are going on. The Fairfield County Fair, which is certainly the gem of Lancaster and Fairfield County, 175th year of the Fairfield County Fair. Pretty amazing. We've got Fair Manager Stacey Fisher on with us. Stacey, welcome.
Thank you.
You're relatively new, been here since April, so welcome to Lancaster and Fairfield County. You've been here a little longer than that, I'm sure.
Correct.
But you've just been the Fair Manager since April. Well, you're still here, so I guess that's good. You've been here since April, but thoughts about the fair as we get ready to head into it?
There's a lot of exciting things going on.
Yep.
There's a lot more to it than I anticipated. I cannot lie about that. There's so much behind the scenes that no one has a clue that's going on to make it successful and be what we want it to be for the general public. So there's a lot of things this year that are new that we've not done that you can look forward to, like Dalton and Delaney will be there for our opening ceremonies. The last Saturday of the fair, Hillbilly Deluxe will be performing with Debbie Wright and friends in the grandstands. We're doing wiener dog races this year. So we have a lot of cool things happening that haven't happened in the past.
And we want to talk about all that, but I want to get a little background to you. Are you a local girl?
No, I'm actually born and raised in Madison County. I moved to Fairfield County when I met my husband, Ryan Fisher, and we live here now. We have a pig farm, and our girls, all three of them, showed pigs starting at a year and a half to current. So
you've known about the fair for quite a while.
Correct, because I showed at Madison County.
So you can compare it to Madison County. We always think of Lancaster as the last and the best. Would you go along with that?
I have to agree. So Madison County is, I love my home, don't get me wrong,
Sure.
but it's significantly smaller. It's the first full week in July after July 4th, but it is blazing hot there. It's either hot or raining. This fair is significantly larger, has more to offer, and I like the time of year that it is.
And I growing up here, this is the only fair I ever attended as a kid, and it's the only comparison I ever had. This is the fair. I thought all fairs were like this. I had no idea. So I'm out of the Army. I go with my friend to somewhere else. I don't even know where we went, to a fair. It was about as big as, say, the inside of the track at our fairgrounds. And I have come to so appreciate the fairgrounds that we have, the beautiful job that you all have done down there. I mean, the actual fairgrounds are fabulous. But to be right at the base of Mount Pleasant with that view from the track, looking up like that, the time of year that the fair comes, the fall time, if you go up on the mountain, take a shot down at the fair, it's magic. It really is, at least in my estimation, and I would guess yours too, it's a fabulous place to have a fair.
The historical buildings are something that no other fairgrounds has that. All of our historical buildings get utilized and open during the fair and have so much to offer, and that's one of my favorite things. The dining hall specifically, where Falcon's Nest sets up and has food during the fair week, that is one of my favorite buildings on the grounds.
It is. It's fabulous up there. And I'll say that about the fairgrounds. When I was a kid growing up, the paths you take around to all the places in the fair, they were all dirt, they were all muddy. If it was snowy, which sometimes it happens, but the fair now is in such great shape. I look at the buildings, are also beautiful white with the red roofs. You've got the paving around where everything is so, the board, and I think you folks have done such an amazing job of taking care of the fairgrounds. It's really great to go there. Mm-hmm. You have to be very proud of it.
I am very proud of it. I love the grounds, but some of the stuff is being masked by what's going on because they are historical buildings, so they do require a lot of upkeep. So we have been working on, like we just replaced a support beam in the dining hall that needed done. So they're all still safe and good to go, but Those historical buildings
Oh, yeah.
require a lot of upkeep to make sure.
175th year, Fairfield County Fair. And I was just thinking when you said that about the buildings last year, and as I seem to remember that, is it this year too? On Sunday, is the art hall open up on Sunday now?
So there's judging and stuff going on in the art hall. We don't normally start events and stuff in the art hall till Tuesday because judgings are Sunday and Monday.
Okay. So it's always a big kickoff Monday morning. They always have the big ribbon cutting ceremony and the queens.
We're actually doing the ribbon cutting this year on Sunday, the actual first day of the fair.
Well, so you're considering the actual free day.
We're doing opening ceremonies
That's
at
something a little
4
new.
o'clock that
day.
day.
Where are you doing it? Down in the barn?
In the grandstands, because we're doing also Dalton and Delaney are performing, so they're going to come follow right after the opening ceremonies of the ribbon cutting.
Got a lot going on, but you've got a lot of merchandise now since this is the 175th anniversary. You're trying to get a little playoff on that?
Correct. So this logo, we actually did a competition, and someone issued this and was voted on, and the board approved it. So that gentleman won, so he made this logo. So it's on every merchandise we have. So it's on our ornament here, which is also can be a coaster. This was made by the glass place here in town.
Glass Museum.
Yes, that's it, sorry. And then we have it on here, and then our lapel pins. And of course...
And you've got the big book right here. I don't know, get a shot of that. I'll hold it up there. This is the one that I'm surprised you have it out. This is great you have it out this early.
We're actually late getting it out, but that's the Bible of the senior fair.
It is. This is the thing that really keeps everything together right here. This is the October 5th through the 11th with the logo on it. And we talked about some of the things, and you mentioned a little bit, wiener dog races this year. Now, where's that going to be? On the track, I'm guessing?
Correct. That is going to be on the track, and I believe it is on, let me just double check, it's on Wednesday at 10 a.m.
Wednesday at 10 a.m.
Yep.
It's an exciting time.
It's free.
And we talked about the new merchandise. You got a lot of that, and that's available in the building.
So you can come in the office and order it, but it's also on the website. You can order it online there and pay for it, and then just stop in the office to pick it up.
That's a convenient way to do that. And I know, and again, I told Stacey I would have, this is, again, Stacey Fisher is the new fair manager, been here since April 1, so she's the fair manager. And I said, we'll have her on as we get closer to the fair because there's just so many things going on. There will be so much more happening as we get to, say, late September. We can talk about coming up October 5th and that week right there. So the new times that things will be starting. But one of the things I saw mentioned on there, and you can tell us a little bit about that. What is a low sensory day?
So children with like autism, that the strobe lights, all the noise, all the people, that it affects them. So a low sensory, we're going to open the rides up earlier in the day and shut the noises off, the lights off, for them to be able to actually enjoy the fair. That was a thought of Kissel Amusements, our ride company this year. So that's what Low Sensory Day is.
Is that something new then?
Correct. We've never had that.
And I don't know what day it is. Maybe it's Monday is Military
Veterans Day.
Appreciation.
Correct.
Yeah, that's always a good time.
Yep, just all you have to do is bring your military badge or wear your uniform and you'll get in for free. Yeah. That's what Fairfield Veterans Commission paid for that.
Nobody would want to see me in my uniform now.
We'd love it.
I think over these years it has shrunk a great deal. I blame that on the cleaners, no other reason, but for some reason it doesn't fit anymore. But it's always a good time. I know in the LOH tent right there, WLOH always has a nice program with that, and they have a ceremony there. It's really nice. And every day is something going on. I know Wednesday is Senior Citizens Day.
Correct.
That's always a big one down there. Hope for good weather.
Praying for good weather, yes. I prefer like mid-70s. I don't want it hot, but I don't want it in the 50s either. Mid-70s is great fair weather.
Kind of picky on
what you're
wishing for. What's your fair? So
we can pray for good. That's just a good weather for animals and everyone.
And we'll mention that. I think sometimes we forget about, because I as a kid you're growing up, it's all about the food, it's all about the rides, and as you get to be an adult, sometimes it's all about the food again. But sometimes, and you mentioned a little bit with your family on this is really an agricultural fair.
Correct.
At heart. And with all the animals, with the many buildings you have around, with all the animals you have on display there, it's something that we need to keep in mind, because this is really all about the kids and the animals they bring in.
Correct. So I grew up and it wasn't about the ride and it wasn't about the food. It was about my livestock and making sure I had the best there, and I was going to win Showman a Showman and praise what I bring out and just do a great job with it. So I didn't really go to the other side of the fairgrounds until I was in adulthood, because I was showing literally every day. And then I was like,
there's a whole night.
There's a whole other world out here besides just the agriculture, but the agriculture is the heart of the fair, because having those animals teaches all of our kids responsibility, how to take care of them, what they need to do to maintain them and be successful and get that reward when they sell. So that's the true heart of the fair, is the animals.
And I think we don't want to forget that, because when you walk around those barns, those kids, they come in early. In some cases, they stay all night there. There's always people sleeping with the animals, and you probably did enough of that with you. And now your kid's involved in that too. I think we just want to give a lot of credit to all the 4-H guys. I know I talk to people like Doug Shaw, who's on the board and do so many things. We really want to, because when they have the championship bidding, when they have all that going on that's an exciting time.
It is really. So I come from a fair that market wasn't the thing. Showmanship was what won your stuff out there, and this is a market show here, and it gets pretty intense in there when they're trying to buy those animals, and you should see the kids lighting up like Christmas trees, and that's what it's all about, getting the buyers in there for those sales to support our juniors so they can succeed.
Well, it's got so many things. Again, we talk about all the kids and all the things that are involved there, and then you got the adults, you've got all the games around. I think the art hall is truly an amazing thing when you can walk around there and see everything in the art hall, all the displays and the pies. That you still have the judging for the pies going on.
And the food for the home section, correct.
Yeah, it's and I know in some cases 4-H isn't as big as, say, even when it was when maybe you were a kid. There were more 4-H kids, but there's still enough going on here that we need to remember that the kids need a lot of support.
Correct. And without the sponsors and the buyers, the fair wouldn't be the fair. So we owe a huge thank you to everyone that sponsors the fair, that come in and help buy the animals, because without them, the fair's not possible. Well,
and you see the nice things in businesses around town where they got the reserve champion or the champion. They do that. Again, that's really what supports all that.
Correct.
Keeps all the buildings going. Did I see something too we wanted to just mention too about fair passes?
Yeah, so the fair passes actually changed this year.
Okay.
So in the years past, they've had, for a week pass, it's tear-off tickets.
Right.
This year they're not. So the pass is specific to the person that buys it, and it has Monday through Saturday on it, and each day you come, they hole punch your day to get you in. So that's how we're doing it this year instead of the tear-offs. Now the membership pass this year, so if you want to become a member of the Ag Society, you would still get the tear-offs, and you'd have the option to vote as well or run for office.
So I assume, and again, you're coming in maybe a little bit late in terms of the dance, because April's, that may sound a lot of time. Well, the fair's not till October, but in terms of the fair, that's not a lot of time, because it takes probably an entire year to get this thing all organized. So you're trying to cram all that in just about 6 months, but so I imagine it's been pretty exciting, huh?
It's been very exciting. There's not a day that I'm not learning 16 things. It's not a day that my door is not revolving. I've met so many people in this community. But my husband's like, I'm so sick of all the hours you're putting in, because I work after hours, because that's when I can shut the door and take care of it.
Actually work.
Correct, because when people come in, you don't want to not talk to them. That's just not right.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Our guest is Stacey Fisher. Stacey is as of April 1st, the manager of the Fairfield County Fair. This is the 175th anniversary. Now, we only have a minute left, but I want to mention, are you having a parade of queens this year?
I believe
I was thinking,
so.
I heard something, because one of my friends, Jenny Camper, was a queen way back when, and so there's going to be some kind of day that they're all going to be here.
So let me check on that, and I'll have that answer at the next interview, because I'm not sure about that part.
That's all right.
But I do want to talk to you about this upcoming weekend, September 6th. We're having our food truck festival at the fairgrounds, and we're going to have all the historical buildings open for you guys to go around and look inside them and see what they're about, learn the information, and we're going to be having donation box out, because like I said, those buildings do need some attention, so if any donations would be there, and then we'll have the food trucks going on, and there's also a pig show that weekend. There's a lot that weekend at the fair. So
well, there's always something going on at the fairgrounds. Again, it looks so great, but I know each and every weekend there's something going on out there. So if we could, we'll get you back here in late September.
Sounds
we'll
perfect.
talk about what's coming up in a couple weeks for the actual fair, October 5th through the 11th, the 175th Fairfield County Fair. Stacey Fisher with us, Fair Manager. Thanks, Stacey. We'll have you back.
Thanks for having me.
Sure, exciting time for the Fairfield County Fair. Thanks for joining us on Fairfield Today.
Interface Video, in cooperation with Fairfield Federal, presents Fairfield Today. Brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, Fair Hope Hospice and Palliative Care, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield County Adam H., Dagger Law, and the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities.